These examples, number one, we're gonna write the negation of the following statement. The given statement is if then or the conditional statement. If you did not pass the course, then you did not study. Let's write it as like write P and Q to represent the simple statement. So P represent you didn't pass the course, and Q represent you didn't study. To find the negation, based on what we have, the if you didn't pass the course, then you study hard. This is the conditional P then Q. We write the negation, which is negation of P then Q, from the summary at the earlier of the section. If you don't recall, we can start it with the pieces that you can think of. Since P then Q is equivalent to not P or Q. So then the negation of P then Q is negation of not P or Q. And we can write it as P and not Q. And what we are going to do. Another way that we write as the quick and dirty way for the left expression or the left compound statement, when you see the negation, we can write it as it is not true that. And then followed by original conditional statement. So this is option A. And option B, so I'm gonna write this is the A. And for the B, so P and not Q. P represent you didn't pass the course. And the negation of the Q, you did study. So it could be two different ways to write negation of the statement in part A. For number two, all students do laundry on weekends and I do not. And this is a statement P and Q. P and Q. Recall the word all is the quantify quantity or the quantifier. And the negation of the quantifier, when you set up the diagram, all, some not, and none or no. And then you draw the diagram like crossway. That means if you have the all, the negation of the all gonna be the quantifier some not in the statement. First of all, define statement P and Q to represent the simple statements in the compound statement. So P represent all students do laundry on weekends. Statement Q represent I do not, mean I do not do the laundry. For the original statement P and Q, we do the negation The negation can apply to all terms using De Morgan's law. Like apply the negation to each term. Negation of the P is P. Negation of N becomes or. And negation of the Q is not Q. Okay, we can write it as option A and option B. Option A, since we do the negation, we just write it as it is not true that. And exactly the same as the original compound statement, no change. Only the thing that we add on, just it is not true that in the front of the entire statement. And then the option B, we apply the Morgan's law. We're going to do negation P or negation Q. The negation P, excuse me, from the quantifier or the negation is some not. We're going to write it as some students do not do laundry on weekends. Or negation Q, I do or I do laundry. As you notice, the all becomes some not from applying negation to the quantifier. Number 3, we have the statement that contain the quantifier again. This time we have some. Okay, from the diagram, all, some not, and no or none. Crossway, crossway, crossway. We have some in the compound statement. So then we're going to use quantifier none. This is negation. First of all, define the simple statements PQ. Statement P represents some college professor are entertaining lecturer. And statement Q represent I am bored. Negation of P or Q. Use De Morgan's law. It's the same as you apply negation to the P to form negation P. Negation of the or becomes and. Negation the Q is not Q or negation Q. The first way to write is this part A, or the 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 first way to write the negation statement, and then part B to represent the way to write the compound statement after applying De Morgan's law. For the part A, we just say that it is not true that. And followed by exactly the same as the original compound statement. And in part B, after apply the Morgan's law, negation of the P from the quantifier sum. Now we're gonna change it to none. Gonna be or no college professor entertaining lecturer. The and becomes the or becomes and because negation the or is and negation of the Q. I am not bored. So there are two different ways to write the negation of the compound statements, that they are equivalent.